Hey everyone, this is Kyle Grossmiller at Everpure, and in today's technical demo video, we're just going to show you some really basic Nutanix management stuff that you can do with the FlashArray. We assume that the FlashArray has already been configured as external storage. If you want to see what that looks like, look at the first demo video in this playlist. Here I'm in Prism Central and I'm creating a new VM. I'm selecting one of my clusters under Prism Central, giving it, memory and CPU. Now the important part, I'm allocating my local disk on a storage container. And really all I'm doing here is picking my FlashArray storage container that I've set up as external storage. I set up one for the OS disk, and then I'll add a couple more for databases, workloads, whatever you need to use it for. It's just that simple. I'm going to add the CD-ROM from our image so that I can image this device up to Windows 2022. And then I'm going to attach it to a subnet. Again, very basic daily administrative type stuff going on here, but if you're not familiar with Nutanix AHV, this is what it looks like. Here we can see my FlashArray storage container, and now I'm going to go ahead and create the VM. Go ahead and fast forward here and assume I have installed Windows 2022. And now what I'm going to do is create an on-demand recovery point. What's really cool about this is we're taking the recovery point snapshot from within Prism Central. However, this is actually a FlashArray snapshot on the back end. If I actually launch the console into the virtual machine itself, I'm just going to create a dummy file here on the local drive just to kind of prove that we are actually restoring from snapshot. But for those of you familiar with the FlashArray, our snapshots are immutable. They're super space efficient. You can move forward and backward with them instantly. So this is really a lot of engineering effort to make this snapshot integration as seamless as you're seeing here. So there's my on-demand recovery point. I'm simply going to revert it back. Again, this is all you have to do from within Prism. No need to go into the FlashArray GUI whatsoever. It submits the request. It will turn off the VM. There we can see there's my reverted recovery point. I'll power this VM back on. And then I'll hop back into the console here in just a second, as it boots up. Again, super basic, easy tests here. You can obviously do a lot more of this. You can script a lot of this stuff. You can set up protection plans in Nutanix. All of that good stuff is supported here. I just wanted to keep this really basic and simple. There we can see we're back into our Windows 2022 GUI. And then if I go down to my local disks, wrong drive, let me go up to the F drive, which is where I created that file. So we can see that file is gone, right? So just super simple test there. One more test that I will show just before or use case I should say, is cloning a VM. So I'm back in my local drive. I'm just going to create a text file called clone. I'm going to go back into Prism Central. And then on this VM, we do have the capability to clone. This again this is all done on the FlashArray storage container. Give this one name of WinDemo2. I will keep everything the same. And then I'll just go ahead and clone the VM. I've submitted my clone operation. If we look at the progress in the upper right, we can see there it's completed. And now we'll hop over to it. We can click in on it here. Once again, we will power on the VM. And we can see all of my disks are still on the backing external FlashArray. I'll launch the console. And then we'll quickly log in and just make sure that that text file called clone that I created is there, just to confirm that this VM cloned what I wanted it to clone from that exact moment in time when I hit the clone button. Again, all this is done on the back end via API calls to the FlashArray, so you can do everything that you need from within the Prism element or Prism Central GUI. There we can see our clone file is indeed there on the new VM. Thanks a lot for watching. If you want a lot more deep dives, please scan the QR code, and we will see you next time. Thank you.